This giant tree seems to ask, "How are you?" An old woman prays, "Thank you very much." From the garden of this house, a 1,000-year-old beech tree watches over people. Every year, gray-faced buzzards, which are a type of hawk, come to giant trees like this to raise their young. In this mysterious village, every home has a giant tree. Stoyama, a place where people are a part of the natural ecosystem. We will visit one stoyama where life is abundant and interconnected. Sosa City is in the northeast part of Chiba Prefecture. A landscape covered in dense green extends around the outskirts of town. The hedges create a beautiful townscape. Some of them even reach heights of 7 meters. These hedges protect residents from strong winds. They also brighten the town and the lives of the people who live there. Sosa City has been known since ancient times as one of the most famous areas for producing garden plants in Japan. About 300 types of trees are cultivated here, including trees for gardens and hedges, as well as for roadside plantings. This town of garden plants has yet another face. We can see it in the gardens of the homes and in the fields. Our eyes are drawn to a huge tree in a garden. The trunk of this ginkgo is more than 4 meters around. This tree is more than 400 years old. The tree towering by this old home is a type of beech tree. It is also about 400 years old and reaches a height of 20 meters. In this neighborhood, each of the homes has a giant tree. This giant stands in the middle of a field. The rugged appearance of its trunk testifies to the long life it has lived. At its roots, a guardian deity is enshrined. These great trees have been protected as sacred trees. We visited the household that has the largest tree in the town. We are shown to the back of the house. Here we encounter this grand beech tree. With a trunk that is 10 meters around, this tree, which is said to be 1,000 years old, is the 5th largest tree in Japan. Exuding an abundance of life force, it is bound to the earth with its mass. Beneath this magnificent tree, as we might expect, another guardian deity is enshrined. Gods dwell in these large trees. Believing this, when people came to live here, they preserved the giant trees that were already growing and built their homes nearby. These giant trees also provide homes for a variety of other living creatures. The master of this beech tree is an owl. Every year, owls come to raise their chicks here. Behind this residence, there is a slope leading down to rice paddies. Let's follow the path down. This orchid has a bag-like flower. Recently, this rare plant is seen less and less frequently. A frog is hiding in some leaves. Rare plants continue to survive here. These paddy fields that spread through the valley at the bottom of the slope are called yatsuda. This long, narrow strip of land, bounded by forests of mixed trees, has been used for rice paddies since ancient times because of its excellent water supply. With a forest where giant trees thrive around residences and these yatsuda, this truly is an example of a stoyama. Many kinds of creatures come to live in the clean waters of the yatsuda. One bird provides a magnificent example of how this stoyama is used. The gray-faced buzzard. Every April, this bird comes from Southeast Asia to raise its young. The gray-faced buzzard feeds on frogs and snakes. The forest with giant trees around residences and adjacent yatsuda makes this an excellent place for the gray-faced buzzard to live. The cool breezes of May, the most beautiful scenery of the year, is beginning in this town of plant nurseries. The hedges are decorated with flowers. They brighten the road for 30 meters. Azaleas bloom in white, pink, and red flowers. The branches of this camellia, which is over 200 years old, are also loaded with blooming flowers. A beautiful landscape is woven together by people who cherish great trees and continue to tend the yatsuda paddies as part of their lifestyle. Stoyama, living in harmony with nature.